Welcome everyone. Today we shift gears from raising awareness to taking action. Often we teach about the problems, pollution, climate change, biodiversity loss, but students need hope and direction. In this session you'll find easy, classroom-ready ideas to help your students become part of the solution. You don't need fancy equipment or big budgets. What you need is creativity, a bit of planning, and a commitment to empower your students. Think of this session as your idea box. Pick one or two strategies and try them out next week. Why focus on solutions? Because our students are already hearing about the doom and gloom. They know about plastic in oceans, wildfires, melting glaciers, but what they rarely hear is this. Here's what you can do, and here's what people around the world are already doing. Today, young people need more than facts. They need to believe that their actions count. As teachers, we are in a powerful position to help them move from anxiety to agency. Let's guide them from problem-focused thinking to possibility-driven doing. Reduce, reuse, recycle. Let's take a moment to talk about something we've all heard before, the three R's. Reduce, reuse, recycle. Now, most of our students can probably chant this in their sleep, but it's time we help them understand that these aren't just catchy words from a poster. They're practical strategies for daily life. They're small steps that lead to a big shift in mindset, and they start right in our classrooms. Reduce is the first and most important R. It asks us to prevent waste before it even begins. That means turning off unused lights, printing double-sided, encouraging digital work instead of paper, and saying no to unnecessary packaging. These actions not only save resources, but they show students that less can be more. Reuse is about creativity. It means looking at something old and asking, what else can this become? Students can reuse folders, decorate jars as pencil holders, or turn worn-out clothes into art supplies. When we reuse, we extend the life of things and teach kids to value what they have. And finally, recycle. The most recognizable but often misunderstood. It's not the third option. It's the last resort when we can't reduce or reuse. Recycling helps us give materials a second life, but we must help students understand how to do it properly. Sorting bins, knowing the symbols, and understanding local rules are all key. The beauty of the three R's is that they don't require new curriculum. They can be woven into what we already teach. For example, in science, students can track energy use. In math, they can graph how much waste the class produces. In civics, they can debate the role of government in regular plastic. In art, they can create masterpieces from reused materials. These small creative integrations turn theory into habit. Let's now dive deeper in each R and look at practical ideas you can bring to your own classroom. Starting with idea bank Reduce. Let's look at reduce in action. These three ideas are easy to try, even tomorrow. First, go paperless. Assign digital work or use apps like Google Docs or Canva for projects. It's great for ICT integration and sustainability. Second, involve students in energy saving. Appoint a rotating light monitor to switch off lights during breaks or use natural light when possible. It builds responsibility. Third, start a reusable bottle trend. Encourage families to avoid single-use plastics by showing how easy it is to switch. You could even launch a classroom reduce challenge. Who can avoid plastic packaging for 1 week? Who can complete an assignment with zero printing? Remember, small actions, when made visible, have a big ripple effect. These are teachable habits, and they work best when repeated regularly. Idea bank reuse. Reusing is where creativity truly shines, and it's a fantastic way to help students connect environmental responsibility with imagination and innovation. Think about the simple things we often throw away: half-used notebooks, old jars, worn-out folders. Instead of discarding them, encourage your students to reimagine these objects. Let's say a student finishes a notebook, but there are still several blank pages left. You can guide them to turn it into a sketchbook, a science observation log, or even a gratitude journal. That way, we reduce waste and foster reflection and mindfulness. For arts and crafts, set up a scrap station in your classroom. You can collect fabric remnants, buttons, magazine clippings, cardboard, bottle caps, yarn, whatever clean, safe materials you can find. Let students use these for creative projects, collage posters, eco sculptures, or classroom decorations tied to thematic lessons. You'll be surprised by the level of innovation when students are given free rein to repurpose what others discard. In science or STEM subjects, reused materials serve as low-cost tools. Refill jars can be used for plant experiments. Plastic trays can hold soil, sand, or water samples. Small boxes become parts of engineering prototypes. Even simple yogurt containers can become part of water filtration model or hydroponics system. What's more, reuse encourages problem solving, resourcefulness, and sustainability-minded thinking. And let's not forget the practical side. Reuse isn't just eco-friendly, it's budget-friendly too, especially in classrooms where resources are limited. Reuse opens doors to rich learning without the need for expensive materials. So next time you're about to throw something away, ask yourself, could your students turn this into something new, something useful, or something meaningful? Idea Bank Recycle. Once students understand why recycling matters, the how becomes not just easy but exciting. Start by introducing a recycling corner in your classroom. Use clearly labeled bins for paper, plastic, and maybe even markers or batteries if your school supports it. But here's the twist. Involve the students in designing the bin labels and even decorating them. When students take ownership, they become invested. Take it a step further by turning the process into a routine. Assign eco-monitors who check if items are sorted correctly. Use a simple classroom chart to track progress over the week. How many plastic bottles saved? How many pages recycled? This adds a gamified element that keeps motivating high. Want to interrogate this across subjects? Try making recycled paper. It's a brilliant hands-on activity combining science, pulp and water, creativity, designing paper, and math, measuring results. Students not only learn but see and feel the impact. And finally, for a bigger impact, start a school-wide recycling competition. Challenge classrooms to see who can reduce the most weight in a month. Share results on a school notice board and celebrate wins with badges, certificates, or even an eco lunch with local produce. This is not just about waste, it's about teaching teamwork, critical thinking, and civic responsibility. We are not just reducing landfill waste, we are shaping eco-conscious citizens who feel that they can make a difference, because they already have. Let them lead. Let's talk about one of the most effective ways to build responsibility: eco patrols. Students love having a role. When they feel that their role matters, engagement skyrockets. That's where eco patrols come in. Small student teams with real environmental responsibilities in school. You might assign them to check that recycling bins are used correctly. Remind classmates to turn off lights or device when not in use. Monitor water usage, for example, making sure taps are not left running. Report unnecessary waste or suggest eco improvements around the school. This gives students a voice and show them they are not just learners, but leaders. You can rotate roles weekly so more students get a chance to lead. Create patrol badges or stickers to boost visibility and pride. And don't underestimate the power of recognition. Shootouts in class, a chart tracking Eco Patrol contributions, or a simple Green Start of the Week award can go a long way in keeping motivation high. Eco Patrols aren't just helpers, they are role models. When peers see students stepping up, a ripple effect begins. Your students start building lifelong habits through actions, not just lessons. Remember, it's not about perfection. It's about giving them ownership and a chance to grow throughout purpose. Cross-curricular projects. Learning beyond subjects. Let's break the wall between subjects and sustainability. You don't need to teach a new subject. Just add an eco angle to what you're already doing. In math, why not collect weekly recycling weights and visualize them in graphs? It's data, measurement, and environmental action in one. In art, task students with creating posters or sculptures from reused materials. It sparks creativity and promotes reuse. In geography, localized learning. Let them research and map pollution sources or compare air quality in different cities. These are not just lessons, they are experiences. And when students see the real-world application of what they learn, it sticks. Sustainability is not just content, it's a context. Let's use it to deepen their understanding and motivation across every subject. Outdoor solutions. Learning outside the walls. Some of the most powerful and memorable lessons don't happen within four classroom walls. They happen outside, under the open sky, with the earth as the blackboard and nature as the textbook. Starting a school garden isn't just about growing vegetables or herbs. It's about growing skills, values, and awareness. When students take turns watering plants, tracking growth, or documenting changes in a journal, they are learning science, responsibility, teamwork, and perhaps most importantly, patience and care. It gives them a direct relationship with the life cycle that usually just read about. A tree planting day can be transformational. When students dig their hands into the soil and plant something, they will outlive them. It becomes a legacy. This is where education meets civic engagement. Invite parents, local NGOs, or even municipal leaders to participate. And let students take the lead in explaining why trees matter. That's student agency in action. Eco-scavenger hunts are more than play. They train observation, curiosity, and attention to detail. Whatever it's spotting different types of insects, identifying native plants, or nudging which areas have more litter, students begin to see their surroundings in a new way. You can easily link this with science, geography, and even language arts through storytelling or poetry inspired by what they find. Outdoor education naturally sparks curiosity, and curiosity is the fuel of lifelong learning. When students move, observe, and connect with their environment physically, learning becomes real, not abstract. As teachers, our mission isn't only to deliver content, it's to help students find meaning in it. When we take learning outdoors, we connect knowledge with the world they live in. The message we send is clear: your learning matters, and so does the planet. Learning outside the walls, cultivating eco-consciousness. Let's take a moment to reflect on this powerful image. We often think of learning as something that happens only inside classrooms, between textbooks and whiteboards. But some of the most meaningful learning takes place under open skies and among living things. Nature is not just a setting, it's a teacher. When students touch the soil, care for a plant, or observe an insect in motion, abstract concepts like growth, interdependence, and sustainability become real. A school garden is not just a green patch, it's a laboratory, a place for reflection, and a symbol of shared responsibility. Activities like tree planting, biodiversity observation, or simple outdoor journaling help students connect emotionally with the environment. And once that connection is formed, a behavior starts to shift. As educators, Our role is to make room for these moments. So ask yourself, can you take one lesson outside next week? Could your next science project involve planting or mapping your schoolyard? These outdoor experiences don't need to be grand, just grounded. Because when learning steps outside the walls, eco-consciousness steps into students' lives. Tech for eco-awareness. Utilize digital tools for fun and measurable learning experiences. Let's meet students where they already are, online. In today's world, digital platforms are more than tools. They are second language for our students. So let's speak it fluently in service of environmental education. Use platforms like NASA Climate Kits or World Air Quality Index to dive into real-time data. Let students explore how temperatures are changing, how air quality varies by city or neighborhood, or how rising sea levels affect global communities. When data is live and tangible, learning becomes urgent and real. Let students design digital posters that share sustainability tips or powerful eco-messages. They can be displayed in school corridors, posted on class blogs, or shared on social media pages with school approval. It's a way to blend creativity, design, and advocacy. Use online quizzes like Kahoot, Quizzes, or Google Forms as engaging assessments. Make them more than trivia. Include questions like, what's the biggest source of waste in our school? Prompt students to reflect on habits and propose class-level solutions. Add fun visuals and audio for impact. And the beauty? These tools are measurable. You can track engagement, see patterns in understanding, and celebrate growth. Ultimately, tech-based learning isn't just convenient. It's inclusive, visual, and often more accessible to diverse learners. Let's turn devices from distraction into gateways to green action. Success stories from schools. Let's take a look at what's already working. One school created a vegetable garden where students tracked plant growth for math and science. Another organized a recycling week challenge, tracking the number of plastic bottles saved. A rural school had a clean-up drive with signs made by students. They even involved the local mayor. These aren't hypothetical. They are real examples from teachers like you. You can adopt or adapt any of these ideas. Start small. Let students lead. Document the impact. The goal isn't perfection, it's participation. Your next echo action. Now let's pause. We've explored many ideas today, some big, some simple, but all of them are doable. This is your moment to reflect. Which one stayed with you? Was it the idea of starting a mini school garden with students? Or maybe creating a digital poster that the whole class contributed to? Perhaps organizing a quick quiz on waste habits in your school. Whatever it was, don't let it stay as just inspiration. Write it down right now, on paper, on your phone, in your planner. If you're attending this is a part of a group session, take a few minutes to share your idea with a colleague. This small act turns thought into intention. The goal here is not complexity, it's commitment. It doesn't have to be a full project or a big event. Even a 15-minute classroom activity next week can spark reflection in students. It can open the door to ongoing conversation, and it sends a message. This matters. Small actions create ripple effects. One class can inspire another. One poster can change a hallway. One teacher can shift a culture. So ask yourself, what's the one action I will take this week to bring environmental education into my teaching? Write it, share it, act on it, because change starts with the educators who care, like you. Every classroom counts. Thank you for being part of this important journey. By showing up today, you've already taken the first and most meaningful step, choosing to care and choosing to act. Today, you didn't just learn about environmental problems, you explored practical, classroom ready solutions. You saw how sustainability can be embedded into any subject and grade level any school, no matter the resources. You are the bridge between awareness and action, and that bridge matters more than ever. When you model eco-conscious behavior, your students follow. When you bring in real-life projects, your students engage. When you believe change is possible, they do too. Every small idea you implement, a quiz, a planting activity, a class chart, plants a seed of responsibility. A culture of care doesn't happen overnight, but it grows. With every choice, every lesson, and every conversation we create in our classrooms. Your classroom is more than a place for academics. It's a launchpad for change. You're not just teaching content, you're shaping values, habits, and the mindset of tomorrow's leaders. So let's move forward with courage and commitment. Let's act boldly, teach meaningfully, and inspire consciously. Because the future we want begins with education we give today. Let's educate for a greener tomorrow together.